I itched my head one time and it was super loud.
Head scratching.
That sounds like disgusting.
Head scratching is a trigger.
Pretty gross to me.
Can you whisper, please?
I'm sorry.
What? Hold on. So are we going to talk about scratchy scalps at all or not? We can, dude.
Scratchy. Our scalps are scratchy.
Do you want to re-roll or no? Shoo, shoo. It's Sufficient Whispers and the fellas back on the mic, back on the podcast, back on the socks. Glad to be back.
Oh yeah.
Excited. We're ready. We thought this was going to be more of a consistent thing because we literally lived with each other. We were like, this would be awesome to do weekly.
Didn't plan that out very well.
And then, like, we ended up leaving a couple days later. And then I hadn't even seen them pretty much all summer. So, I'm excited to be back with them, hang out with them, spend some time, and just catch up. So, like, pretty much, in brief, give a brief synopsis of your summer.
Well, not much is going on. I did get a puppy. That's been fun. But a lot of just...
What's your puppy's name?
His name is Bean. He's a golden doodle. Bean. Yep.
I like that name.
Yeah.
I like that name a lot.
We set up a like March Madness bracket where we just put 32 names. We did 1v1. We voted. So it'd be like Bean versus whatever. Voted all the way through. Bean was the champion.
I see why.
Yeah.
Did you get to meet Bean yet? Yeah, I actually met Bean today. I met Bean today and how was he? I don't know, he was a dog. A very generic puppy.
Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. Well, Bean is a blast, so I'm sorry you couldn't see that.
Well, all puppies are a blast.
Oh, so you're saying generic. But generic.
Sometimes generic isn't bad.
But you're saying like puppy generic is like a good generic.
Yeah. It's just a plain, not special puppy.
Which means he lets you choose everything and he just kind of runs around, so.
Yeah.
But he's cute.
Yeah, he's cute. Definitely cute. What have you been up to, Alex? I've been support raising. You know, doing the support raising thing. It's been going really well. I've been really busy. But, you know, that's pretty much what my summers consisted of. I haven't really had much time to record videos, which I miss, but what have you been up to? I have been hanging out with my brother a lot. And sorry about that. Yeah, me too. And I've also been working on a little fish pond out back a little bit, expanding the little fishies' home so they can have more room to swim around.
How many fishies you got?
We got about 5 fishies. Five big fishies, and then there's like 6 or 7 little baby fishies.
Call them boopies.
Yeah, there's about 5 boopies in there. Yeah. And also watching a lot of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. So classic. Andy actually really got me into that show. He had like the first season. I watched the first 3 seasons on DVD because you had them, and you kept annoying me to watch them. Or you always talked about it. Yeah, so I did. We reference it a lot. There's a lot of good stuff there. Yeah. Good stuff. Yeah. But the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room. Yeah. The movie that we are making. Yes. The movie. Dominated our summer, really. Yeah, so we've been spending about basically 40 hours a week on making this movie. It's I'd call it an art film. It's like is that what it's called? Yes.
It's very, very artistic, yeah.
It's like a mixture of fantasy, epic, psychological thriller, horror, comedy. Where's the horror? What? Where's the horror? We still have yet to film that.
he's also really small and just not good at anything.
Yeah. Alright, tell the folk how we got started on this. So, a couple years ago.
Go further back. To the tray.
My brother made a James Bond, like, trying to be really serious and trying to make, like, a really good, sweet James Bond movie. He was, like, 13 years old.
It was tremendous.
And it was him and our cousin, and they filmed it in our old house basement. And there was just, like, junk and stuff everywhere. And there were, like, each shot was, like, 5 minutes long, and the dialogue was just rambling.
And it was like a really old, crappy camera, so it looked horrible.
And I was actually in that movie. I was like 5 years old, and I was the main bad guy.
Well, that's kind of a spoiler alert, because you didn't know.
Yeah. Sorry.
Everybody. No, it's ruined.
But either way, so that got us, like, a few years ago. Me, Alex, and some of my other friends and family went down to my family's cabin, and I felt like we should make a short little movie while we're down there, and I thought we should make a sequel to that James Bond film. And so we decided to make Forrest, my cousin, be James Bond, who was that really small kid. He's not even a kid, he's 2 years older than me.
And he's also married.
And he owns a house. Yeah, and he just got a house.
Yeah, so kid, pretty much classic kid.
Yeah. But, so, my character is his, like, apprentice, or, like, trainee, basically. And
the logic behind it is...
There's no logic behind it.
James Bond has a trainee, apprentice type thing.
Anyways, me and Alex, in this movie we're making now, is a prequel to that movie we made a few years ago.
No, run, keep going.
So, it's basically showing my character's and Alex's character's friendship, and how that friendship gets torn apart by Bick, who is the main villain.
I'm the main villain.
Right now, you are the main villain. You are the main villain.
Okay.
I'm glad you know your role. So, long story short, the movie isn't even really about James Bond. It's just, that's the name of the movie. But it's mainly about mine and Alex's characters, and how our friendship gets torn apart by Nick. So it's basically like real life.
Yeah. Well,
Nick is always trying to tear me and Alex apart.
Yeah, I can't really argue against that. That's just what happens.
Yeah. This was something that we wanted to do over like a month.
Yeah.
It was gonna be like a month. We had plans to finish it in one like 3-day week. Yeah, we were planning to finish it in 3 days. I think we got 2 or 3 scenes filmed.
Yeah.
That one weekend.
Yeah.
We were going to just like basically point and shoot and just say your lines, and then point and shoot, say your lines, but we decided to take it more seriously, and so Andy and Trey and Nick decided to get really serious. And so it just kind of
happened.
Yeah, it started off using an iPhone to film, and then now we've upgraded pretty much every single
so like
audio,
and we didn't film in chronological order, so there are some scenes that look like they're filmed on an iPhone, and then there's some scenes that actually look really good, and it's an interesting experience.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
It's actually pretty wild how good Trey and Andy and Nick have gotten with this production thing.
It's weird because it's just like gags, it's just like comedy, but it looks really good at the same time.
Yeah, so it'll go from one scene, like Nick said, with like maybe one of the worst scenes you've probably ever seen, to maybe one of the just dopest.
No, I don't know about the dopest.
Well, at least it's probably the sweetest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like the dopest thing you've ever seen. So it was actually kind of funny. I've pretty much decided I'm done with it. I will not be a part of it anymore because I thought it was going to be a short little thing. And so I told Andy And then I thought about it and I was like, no, I'm not filming any more of this movie.
That's good, right? You want one of your main actors to not want to film it anymore.
Yeah, so
the problem is
you gotta work with what you got now. Whatever I've given you, you gotta work with them because you're not getting any more.
The problem is it started off as fun. Just like we're just gonna hang out, answer some questions about the last movie, have fun. But then we just started taking it more seriously, and now it's like we actually have to kind of work hard for it.
Yeah, it's not fun anymore.
We actually have to work hard with the.
It's not fun at all. It might be fun to Andy.
No, it's less of hard work, but like our film schedule, we need darkness most of the time. It needs to be at night, and we're staying up till like 6 a.m. and I was falling asleep, and that was not good. There will be a behind the scenes documentary made for this movie, which could be even more entertaining than the movie itself. Certainly will be.
So after 3 years of making this, pretty much, we're gonna have.
By the time it's done, it'll be at least 3 years. It'll be an hour and a half long, probably. Honestly.
Yeah, it's gonna be in every local theater. It's gonna be streaming on Tubi and Quibi. Yeah, Quibi.
TikTok.
It's gonna be streaming on.
Maybe not TikTok. TikTok might not be around next week.
It's gonna be streaming on TikTok.
How do you feel about that, Alex? How do you feel about TikTok?
TikTok.
I know you're a big TikTok guy.
So we were talking yesterday, and I don't remember how TikTok came up, but Andy pretty much said all TikTok was hot girls dancing, and then Nick said all he likes to see. That's not the hot guys dancing.
I said, I think more of like e-boys when I think of TikTok.
You did not say that.
And that was
kind of caught us off guard. So then Nick and I watched E-Boys for like the next hour.
Yes. That wasn't my idea.
It was Nick's idea to watch E-Boys.
You got way more excited about the e-boys than I was.
Wait, who was our favorite E-Boy?
I mean, I didn't know a single person's name, but you told me Lil Huddy's name, so now I know him. If he's even an e-boy.
We're big Lil Huddy fans over here.
No, we're not. That dude can't do anything.
Lil Huddy, if you ever want to get on the podcast, just let me know.
He's probably going to be looking for employment, so we could probably...
Yeah, really though. You know what? TikTok getting cut, what is it? They're getting banned from the United States. Potentially banned from the United States. I don't know what kids are going to do.
Dude.
That's what kids do. They make TikToks, they watch TikToks.
I hate TikTok. It hurts my brain. It's the worst, and I hope it gets banned.
Well, see, Nick says that he doesn't like TikTok, but Nick also didn't like Vine. So
it's not that I didn't like Vine, it's just like the only Vines I would ever see were like really stupid, like famous people in compilations, and it was like stupid crap. But I'm aware that better Vines existed. I just have not seen a whole lot of them.
Yeah, pretty much. You just gotta take everything he says with a grain of salt.
I wouldn't say I hate Vine, but I would say that I hate TikTok. What are your thoughts on TikTok there? Alex pretty much summed it up. It's just hot girls dancing. That's all I know.
If you were gonna make a TikTok, what kind of videos would you guys make on TikTok?
I'd probably film Nick dancing or something.
I think Nick could be an e-boy. I think Nick could be an e-boy with his flow. With that flow.
Just part it down the middle.
Yeah, you could have. Do you think you could do the curtains right now?
Yeah, I could.
If you wanted to.
I could try the curtains.
Oh, he's doing it right on the podcast.
Do it right now.
was if I had the reverse fade.
Well, I think it's time you explain to the people.
I think it's time.
Of the reverse fade.
The reverse fade.
You should probably throw a trademark down on it so no one's...
Yeah, trademark.
Copyright.
No one can get this haircut, because I know you will all want to get this haircut once I describe it. But, so, instead of a fade like, not Nick has, but me and Alex, instead of it getting longer as it goes up, it gets shorter. So on top, it's shaved bald if you want a skin reverse fade.
Almost like a reverse mohawk. Just...
Yeah, if you want a skin reverse fade, then you would get it completely shaved on top, and then it would start off really short, and it would get longer and longer as it goes down, and so your sideburns would be the longest part, and they'd be kind of just drooping. They'd just be kind of drooping there, so whenever you turn your head,
I have a hair right here, just nothing on top, practically.
So that's the kind of look I'm going for.
You should probably sit there and like take his phone, like show you like the different angles of it.
He would just make the regular E-boy videos, except he would just have a reverse fade, like a show off.
I'm doing all this different trends and crap. Yeah. He's just gotta.
I don't really know what people on TikTok do, but I would do whatever they do on there.
There's, from what we saw yesterday, there's just trends. Everybody does like the same thing. Like there's something with the turn this upside down, with sunglasses coming down. Yeah. Just do that.
That sounds cool. Yeah. Andy's not up to date on all the newest trends. I'm not hip with the jive. Yep. Jive. Wait, is it jive turkey?
Yeah.
A compliment? Yeah.
Is it?
No, I don't think it is. I thought if you say someone's one jive turkey, that's like...
Maybe it is.
I thought, it kind of sounds like it would be a compliment, but that's one jive turkey. We're gonna have to get on Urban Dictionary for that.
I'm pretty sure he's right though.
Come on, Mom.
I'm pretty sure the house is coming down. No, I'm pretty sure that it's a compliment.
Right back to where we were. Top 10 hottest girls from high school. Alright, anyway.
You said anyway, I said we're the ones who got you off.
Anyways. Scary movies. Yeah, anyway. Anyway, right back to where we were.
Good Lord.
Scary movies. Scary movies. So, we were chilling yesterday, and we decided to watch The Conjuring. And, that was one of the movies where I thought I had seen it before, but apparently I hadn't. I had only seen one of the sequels. I had only seen Annabelle. I never saw the original. I thought I did.
It was freaking terrifying.
I don't think Nick, you had never seen. Nick had never seen The Conjuring. I had seen it, but a long time ago. Yeah, and this is like one of the most popular.
Yeah, very, very popular. Well received too.
Well renowned. Is that something people say?
No,
just critically acclaimed horror films. And I made it about halfway through before falling asleep, which is pretty good.
I don't know how you fell asleep in that movie.
It's just like, I'm awake and then boom, I'm gone. But I was pretty impressed that I made it about halfway.
Yeah, because it was like...
We started watching it at like 2 a.m. Yeah, and that's pretty late for me. We're on different sleep schedules. else is in the park, but you're riding it by yourself.
Well, that's not what I'm getting at, I suppose, but I just mean, like, I like having a friend next to me, and you're like, oh my god, dude.
Yeah, well, I mean, I understand what you're saying. I just think that's weird. Don't you think that it's weird? Can you, like, admit?
I don't think it's weird.
That is weird because, listen, like, it's the same feeling, like, of fear, but you would look forward to that fear with a group of people, but the same fear that you would feel alone is something that you would not want.
I see your point.
And it's, like, unique. What kind of, is there any other feeling that you would feel that way about?
Maybe
you know what I mean?
I was, like, about to be killed.
And you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I think if you're alone, it would amplify that feeling that you're wanting to get, almost.
You know? I guess it would definitely be scarier, but I'd just rather be scared in a group personally. Would you guys like watching horror movies by yourselves?
I honestly don't even know.
So.
I don't even know if I've ever done that before. Well, I did it.
I did this morning.
I watched the second half of The Conjuring by myself. But it was during the day, so it's a little bit different.
Yeah, it was broad daylight.
Yeah.
That middle of a movie and on.
Yeah. And I feel like you might lose a little bit of the effect of the build-up.
For sure.
But I could still appreciate it, definitely, by myself.
What did you guys think about it as just a movie itself without the scariness of it? Like just as a movie on its own?
I thought the acting was subpar, for sure.
Yeah.
But it wasn't, like, the acting wasn't bad enough for me to lose interest or, like, for it to really hurt the...
It was, I mean, it's like horror movies are like their own thing. Like, they aren't about, like, good acting. Well, some are, but The Conjuring wasn't. It was just like, the director was just like, I'm gonna make you as scared as I possibly can. And he did that. I was very scared. And before we started it...
Was it the scariest movie you've ever seen?
No. I think Insidious was probably scarier. And I think The Grudge, the Japanese Grudge, was probably scarier. But I think I closed my eyes through, like, most of that, so honestly...
Yeah. I have a funny story. I gotta tell this story. So, did you guys ever watch the Paranormal Activity movies?
Never, no.
Really? Not a single one. Not a single
Maybe one.
But you know about them.
Yeah.
I only watch good movies, Alex.
Okay, well, actually, I thought they were good movies. I haven't seen any of them recently. But we were watching the original Paranormal Activity, and we were in the 8th grade, I think. And that's when this movie's, like, just came out. And
Wait, who are you watching it with?
I was with two of my childhood friends. And so we were all sitting in the floor in his living room, and one of my friends had to go to the bathroom. And he didn't want to get up to go to the restroom because he was so scared. So he grabbed a cup that was near him, and he peed in the cup instead of going to the bathroom. And so,
Like what size cup?
like, it was a good sized cup. It was like a cup that you would get at a baseball game or something.
Did he missed?
So no, he didn't miss. He got it all in the
Did you
cup.
fill it all the way up?
Filled it to the brim. And then we were sitting, or the couches in his room had the cup holders.
No.
He puts the cup in the cup holder, but there was something in the cup holder, and it tipped over and spilled on the couch.
Was that at his own house?
Or it was at somebody else's house. It was on his friend's couch. And it smelled so bad, and they had to get it cleaned. It didn't come out, and they had to get a whole new couch. A whole new furniture set, actually. He wasn't allowed to go back to his house for like a year.
What are your thoughts on scary movies or The Conjuring or whatever?
I really enjoy horror movies. I don't even watch them that often, but when I do, it gives me a feeling that I never really get otherwise. And I feel like...
The fear.
Yeah.
Because you're not scared of anything.
I'm not scared of anything. But it... I don't know, it's sort of like an adrenaline rush. But they're also so, like, unique and, like, just different from any
This is definitely new.
Well, like even with music, like, if it's not as, like, happy or upbeat, like, horror movies can be, especially if they're well done, they can talk about, like, darker subjects and topics, and you never really get to, like, watch that kind of stuff with other movies. But, like, and, like, spiritual warfare and demons and stuff, like, the only type of movie you're gonna be able to see that in is a horror movie.
Maybe we should make a comedic spiritual warfare movie.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. That's basically what our movie is.
Kind of is.
Well, there you go.
So, aliens.
Where else do you go? After horror movies, you have to go to extraterrestrials.
You gotta go there. Don't really have a choice.
So, yeah, I watched the Joe Rogan podcast.
The Post
Malone Joe Rogan podcast, and it was pretty much Joe Rogan and Post Malone high on mushrooms.
Oh yeah, they were so high.
3 hours.
It was like college dorm room discussions.
Yeah, I think I might have watched about an hour and a half before I was like, this is stupid.
Made it further than I.
Well, I knew it was stupid, but
Yeah, I mean, I didn't stop watching
like,
because I was mad. I just didn't get around to it.
yeah. But it is fun to fantasize about the possibilities of extraterrestrials, don't you think?
Oh, for sure.
Just to fantasize.
It's yeah, like what would they be like? It's really very interesting.
Yeah.
Do you believe that an alien has ever been to Earth?
Yeah, definitely. I believe my boy Bob Lazar.
Who?
Bob Lazar.
Who's that?
Dude, we don't got to tell him, right? I made a Patreon video about that. I actually did. But, I don't know. There's just so many stories. And you're like, all these people can't be making this up. Plus, there's even, like, government stuff that has come out and that they haven't released to the public. And, just so much stuff.
Like Area 51.
Yeah, like a little bit of that.
Do you remember when they were talking about people, like, ransacking Area 51?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like, I saw something like yesterday or something. It was like everything went downhill after we raided Area 51. Like conspiracy theory. Because that happened, and then like all this coronavirus stuff started happening like pretty recently.
But they didn't raid it.
Or whatever the thing. Yeah, they didn't go inside. But I'm
Pretty
saying
sure
like,
they had like machine guns set up and they were just gonna shoot everybody.
I
and
don't think
try
they're
to
gonna
kill
kill
them.
them.
I feel like
I'd say that's
it might have been kind of cool if people did try and raid it, just to see, like, what kind of alien weapons Area 51 would have used to, like, vaporize everyone.
Yeah, I would have been down to see that.
I feel like there's nothing, I don't know, I don't feel like there's anything that wild at Area 51.
Well, I think there is, and I think you're wrong. Unless you know the technology and you already think that technology is not wild.
No, I obviously don't know the technology, but I just don't think that it's there.
Yeah. But my thing is, like, how, people say that they already have UFOs in there. Like, we have UFOs, we have been in contact, and they're just trying to keep it secret to keep the human people sane. But to be able to keep that secret for this long, I feel like that is almost impossible.
Yes, I agree.
Especially for any government. With how stupid, like, the people are in government. Some people. Or I'm just saying, like,
You're saying it should have got out if it was...
it's impeccable that they've done that. Is that a word? Did I use that incorrect?
No, you didn't use
Impeccable. I don't think I've ever said that word before.
perfect, I think.
Nice.
But anyway.
Nice.
But yeah, so I do not believe aliens have been to Earth. So We're in the victory lap. We just got all easy classes left. We have free time.
I haven't told you that. I might not even be in Toledo this semester.
You didn't tell us that, no.
We can talk about that later.
No, let's talk